For this question, when you see these bullet points, you know you have a rhetorical synthesis question. And for these, you first want to find out what it is you should be looking for. If by some chance multiple answers do that, then you get into the information in the bullet points to differentiate between those answers. So let's try that. Here, the student wants to present an overview of the study's findings. The findings are the results. So any answers that don't present results to us, we can get rid of. So A says, the study determined the information rate of 17 languages in bits of information conveyed per second. Well, that is an overview of the findings. Now, maybe if it were the actual findings, I'd want to know the actual information rates, but we're being asked for an overview of the findings. So that's most likely the right answer. Let's keep going. Researchers found that information was conveyed more quickly in Spanish at this many syllables per second than in Vietnamese at this many syllables per second. That is definitely more of an overview of the findings because it's kind of telling us this was the decision that was made at the end. So looking between A and B, so far I like B a lot more. But let's look at C. Vietnamese had the 16th fastest syllable rate, lower than Spanish, which had the second fastest. However, Spanish had the lower information rate of the two. This is very specific information in the findings. I wouldn't at all call this an overview of the findings, so we can get rid of that. And D, though some of the languages differed in the number of syllables spoken per second, all 17 conveyed information at roughly the same rate. Now, this answer choice also can be taken as an overview of the findings. So let's go ahead and get into the bullets here, which is something that happens more rarely, but it does happen. What were the findings? So researchers wanted to determine the rate at which the languages conveyed information in syllables. They calculated the information per second. The rate was found to be consistent across the 17 languages. They calculated the number of syllables spoken per second. Spanish had the second fastest. Vietnamese had the 16th fastest. So when we're hearing about the results, the main part of the results is that the rate that was found was approximately consistent across the 17 languages. So that is the overview right there of the results. And then we get more specific information below, of course, because when you're getting the results of a study, you're going to want to see the actual data somewhere. But the general overview is that part there that I put a star next to, and that matches D. Though some of the languages differed in the number of syllables spoken per second, all 17 conveyed information at roughly the same rate because the rate was found to be approximately consistent, roughly the same rate. So the answer here is D.